Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How we doing?
Okay.
Greetings, everyone. Dr. Annette West, publishing pusher here. Thanks for joining me in the Jetney Publishing, talking all things books. Yes, the operative words, all things. I'm excited you're here. You listen in, share your thoughts. You don't have to be live on the screen to be able to talk. And I want you to know your success is my business. I'm here to assist you, support, empower, inspire as we pull out those thoughts to get these books accomplished. Thanks again for joining me. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another beautiful Thursday that we are all alive and thankful to be in this day. You are in the Talking All Things books with Dr. Annette. We have some others in the studio, as we will say, Minister Angela, Miss Anna Roseborough, and there may be others to come in, but we know that each week we go with the flow. I hope you are doing well and you've had a great week since I last connected with you. I have muddled through a little health issue in the last week, but thankful I am here today. Still above ground, still doing what one of the many things that I am called to do. So, what's going on, Miss Anna, Minister Angela? What's going on in your writing world? What's going on in your business world? This is Talking All Things Books.
Well, since you ask and invite us to share with you what we're going, perhaps the thing that I would be most excited about is the work that I'm having the opportunity to do with some other authors. And one of the things that we decided to do is one author's book happens to be on a topic that I'll be presenting on at the elementary school called the soul in soul food. And she's doing holistic living and holistic lifestyle. And the fact that so many of the basic ingredients that are considered traditionally soul food are plant based. And so we've decided to work together to promote her book through this particular program. And so this idea I keep going back to of collaborating. We never know when something we're doing matches or complements or confirms or affirms something someone else is doing. And she's so excited that I'm challenged to do something that works well. And so I watch how you handle this program so that when she and I get together, we can do something that will be acceptable in schools.
Yeah, Miss Anna. So since you're already on the screen, let me just throw out a few things your way. Miss Anna has some great things going on beyond this. And one of the exciting things is the once a month for at least 6 months, she is a part of a podcast.
Mhm.
Please tell us, Miss Anna, about this. I did listen to the last one. I was very encouraged. I really enjoyed the back and forward connection of you and Crystal. Go ahead, Miss Anna.
Well, again, Crystal is someone that I met through the Jatney connections, and she invited me to tell her about my last book. It worked so well that she said, let's keep going. And so we've decided to co present podcasts for the next 6 months. Once a month, we will meet to record a session on reading, writing, and leading. And we're doing it again from a health perspective that what you read feeds your mind and what you write helps digest that. And each week we will have a writing prompt where those who are watching at the time can write. We allot time during the session to do the writing, but if they can't write at that time, Coach Crystal is posting the podcast so the people can go back and do it another time. So it's a combination, sharing what we know about leading, but giving people an opportunity to try it. And she's calling it Read, Write, Lead Cast. So thank you for connecting us and encouraging us to do it. And we've got the first one out was on it'll be the fourth Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Read,
Yes,
Write, Lead with Coach Crystal Henry, Coach.
I totally forgot about it Saturday, and I happened to come across it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot about this!" And I took the time to listen, well, to watch because it is an video podcast. So, you can do audio podcast and video podcast. What they are offering wouldn't be a best fit in an audio podcast. So, the video podcast is very necessary for the way that they have their presentations. And if you don't know Miss Anna like I do, Miss Anna gonna have some PowerPoint and stuff like that that's gonna you're gonna have to flow with. And so definitely the video presentation is definitely powerful. So I hope that you will check it out. If you want to find it, you can go to Jetnay Publishing, Facebook, Jetnay Publishing. It is posted in my Jetnay Publishing group. I will see if Miss Anna can send it over to me so I can put it on my Jetnay Publishing YouTube channel as well. I want to encourage you that if you connect with me and you have things going on that will benefit others, let me know. I'm not the kind of person that it's got to be my way or no way or only I do something. No, that's the least of my thought process. My goal is to empower others to get their content out.
I'm going to let Coach Crystal do that. It is her program. I am her guest that she's invited me to go along with that. But some of you may know that her father passed. In
Did
fact, they
not.
just did this. Her father passed, and it was out of state. And so she's had to be away to be with her family for that. But I'm because it is her program, I'm going to let her send that on, but I will pass
Sounds
your
good.
invitation along to her.
Beautiful. And Miss Anna, since I have you on the platform again, Miss Anna got the spotlight today, okay? Now, Miss Anna, you've been working on some other things as well. One of those things is your Audible. Please tell us about your Audible and how long is your Audible for listening?
Good question. Again, I'm glad I come here to deal with the trip ups that come up. We were able to get the book recorded. It took us a while to get the book jacket in the format that ACX, that's the company that Amazon hires to provide the audibles. It's 4 hours and a little bit more to listen to, but they uploaded the copyright page instead of the sample chapter that we had submitted because the sample chapter is a sort of a taste of what's to come. And so we've asked them not to have it go live yet until they get it the way we ask for it. So the Audible for 123 Time for Me will be available on Amazon in the next week or so. We hope. They say give them 10 days from the time we put in a request to the time they resolve it. But it's
So the
coming.
piece, the piece that I have that you sent me, I haven't opened it yet, and I don't want to share with anybody if I'm not supposed to share it with anybody.
Hold off until I send another one
Okay.
because they sent your book is ready for purchase. I quickly sent out the notices, and the gentleman who recorded it also listened to it, and he said they put the wrong file in for the sample. And so we had to send back a note and ask them to take care of that.
Okay,
It's
so
coming.
when Miss Anna gets that together, she'll let me know. And I hope to be able to offer a couple of minutes of that on the podcast for you to hear, and then you will be able to move forward and purchase it for yourself. So, Miss Anna, that's why I was asking the question before I clicked play.
Thank you.
But thank you so much, Miss Anna. I'm telling you, she's doing great things, everybody. It's exciting because she's sure doing a lot more in this area than I have done. These are the things that are on my list to do, but it's okay.
Remind
Timing is
people
everything.
that I am now retired. And so
She's
many of the
she's
things that you're
retired.
doing that other people are having to do because of their job, I now can do because I supposedly no job, but being married. But I happen to be married to someone who supports this kind of work. And so I have a little more time to do it. So don't be intimidated by the things that I'm able to do now.
She's encouraging me, everybody. Thank you, Miss Anna. I appreciate that. Minister Angela, anything going on with you? How is your project coming?
Yes. Well, right now, the thing that's going on, I just secured an event planner for the singles conference that I'm planning for this year,
Yes.
where I'll be bringing together other, coaches, speakers, authors, to be able to share in regards to the theme on intimacy. Uh, for as like I said, a singles experience. So that's what I'm excited about. That was a big deal because I need to get the venue and the date so that I can begin to promote it, as well as begin to lock in the speaker commitments and things of that nature. So yeah, so that's kind of had been on the forefront of everything, and then that'll free me up to get back to the business of focusing on what I need to do for my own book, that it would be ready before the conference. Yeah. So,
And when is the
yep,
conference again?
that's the part. I need to secure the venue. Yeah, the event planner is what I've secured. So she's gonna help me nail that down soonest, as far as the dates and all of that. Yeah, and where it's located.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move ahead. Let's move forward. Let's get her done, as they say. Yay. So much to be accomplished. I got two new authors this week. Well, last week. I got two new authors, and we'll see how that's going to pan out. I'm not trying to take a lot of people on because I have quite a few things going on. And even if you bring other people in to do things, you still have to have your eyes on it. So just grabbing everything and saying, yes, this is going to be a good fit for me. Um, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I have to be very wise and mindful as to how I am taking on projects and clients. So, for the past 2 weeks, we have been talking about how to start writing a book. I covered four of the areas 1 week, four areas, recapped in four areas the next week. And today I have only two areas left that I want to talk about, but I still want to recap real quick on the areas that have been addressed. And I'm not going to take a lot of time with it, just recapping steps to getting started writing your book. The first thing I talked about was clarifying your purpose and your audience. The second thing that we talked about was choosing a book topic or genre. The third thing that I talked about was outlining your ideas. The fourth area I talked about was setting writing goals and deadlines. The fifth area I talked about was creating a writing space and schedule. The sixth area was a reminder for us to start writing. The seventh area was to revise and edit. And the eighth area was to seek feedback. So I want to just spend a little time adding 9 and 10 to it this week. Number 9 is preparing for publishing. Prepare for publishing. And that just means, what route are we going to take with our publishing? Are we going to take the traditional route? Are we going to take a non-traditional route? Are we going to be self-publishers? Are we going to do hybrid publishing? Do we want a large company? Do we want a small company? Are we hoping that someone is going to take our manuscript and say they love it so much that they're going to pay us for it? Questions, questions, questions. I remember years ago, this had to be 2005, before I wrote my first book, before I published my first book. I was thinking I was going to do this book and I was going to go with a traditional company because I kept hearing, you want to be with a traditional company because you're going to have the best outcomes and all of this kind of stuff. And it didn't work that way. And I actually wind up getting ahead of, I was ahead of the horses basically. And I went on and decided to write my book and put it together and all of this kind of stuff. And then when I showed up to the writing conference, it was a writing conference that is Christian writing conference every year at, what is the name of that locality? It's in Asheville, North Carolina. It's up in the mountains. But they still have it every year. So the year that I went, we had the opportunity to go to different tables and talk to different companies. And I was hearing, there's nothing we can do for you because you've already done the work, and we wouldn't invest in anything like this. We wouldn't pay any money. It was a faith-based devotions. And so I was kind of glad that I did do it myself. Then I had another entity that, we could use this, but you'll have to give us the copyright and all of this kind of stuff. And then I was like, okay, Lord, you knew what you were doing when I just went on and did what I needed to do for my own publishing efforts. So I started out as a self-publisher. I personally have not gone through any other company to get my book done. I learned how to, even though I learned to do some things not quite right, but done was better than nothing being accomplished. And we will sometimes find out that once we get it done and go back and look at it, this is a good thing about getting a review copy of your work, is that you're going to miss some things. And you're going to have to go back and you're going to have to look at it again. So back then, I created my own format, my own cover design, my own description, my own everything for that book. I believe that most people can do it themselves, but I believe most people don't have the time based on what's going on in their life, and so therefore they need someone else to assist them in the process. But I don't want to own other people's work. I want people to own their own work. So as we prepare for publishing, we have to decide which direction do we want to take in getting our content out. Now, all of my books are on Amazon. All of my books are set up on KDP. Some of my books are set up on Ingram Sparks. But I don't sell my books on those platforms. What do I mean by that? I do not direct people to Amazon to get my book. It's available for those people who want to go there. But I encourage people to go to my website and purchase directly from me because I understand the greater benefit of it, building that personal connection, as well as generating a greater part of the profit for myself than the entity that houses a book of mine, the other entity, which would be KDP, that automatically goes to Amazon once we get those books approved in the system. So there's a lot to the process. And guess what? You can have your books on Lulu Books, Barnes and Noble's books, Walmart books. But here's the thing, everybody's book can't be in all of these places. When you go into Amazon, not when you go into Amazon, when you go into Walmart, you see a nice display of books, right? There might be what, 50 books? Think about all the people that have written books. It is possible for your book to get there. That doesn't mean that people are going to be grabbing that book. I personally believe the best way to sell my book is myself. But then I have to be willing to do what? Let people, this goes back to my S3 model. If I don't show up, people don't know I exist. If I don't speak out, people don't know I have something to say. And if I don't share, then people don't know what's in my toolbox. And I don't do as good a job of sharing my own stuff as I do for other people many times. And it's just because I am a promoter for others, but I still need to do better for myself as well. So, preparing for publishing, Miss Anna, did you have any comments on this?
The one comment I would make is in terms of having the people order the books from you, the author, not you, Dr. Annette, because you already have a process in place. Some people do not have the time to purchase the books ahead of time, purchase the envelopes or packages to get them out, or access to a books post office. Or they may have all of those and they may live in an area of the country like I do, where you had 5 to 8 inches of snow on the ground and getting to the post office may not work. And so we have to take into consideration what kind of time we have to take the orders from those who order from our website, get the books purchased from Amazon because we have to prepay, get the envelopes, get the packages, get the labels, and the time to do all of this and get them out in a timely fashion. So, one of the advantages I keep saying of coming here on this particular program is we'll hear optional ways to handle getting our books out. But let's take into consideration what time we have, what money we have, and what access we have in the communities where we live to get the books out. And by selling them ourselves is the best. And one of the other things is some independent bookstores will permit new authors to come for their author events. And that's one of the things Dr. West will probably tell us a little bit about is how do you contact an independent bookstore? When are they having an author event that will attract an audience for the book that you have written? But thanks for letting me share that.
Thank you, Miss Anna. So you made me think of something, Miss Anna, as you were saying that. So I'm going to give us a nice little nugget here. Okay. So for instance, when we put our books on KDP and they become available on Amazon, we have the ability to purchase author copies. Here's a little something that you can do. You can order, say you got the order and you got your shipping and handling included in it, and you got everything that you need for that order. You go to Amazon, you go to KDP, you order the book for that person. When it goes into your Amazon account, you put in that person's name to get the book, and the book goes to them. That means, guess what? You didn't have to get an envelope, you didn't have to put the book in it, and you still got your profit. I don't do it very often because I normally have books, but on a few occasions, I've not had a book that somebody ordered, and then I just went to KDP, ordered the book or number of books they requested, and I sent them the books through Amazon. And it was just the regular author copy. I hope that makes sense, Miss Anna.
Now, when you do that, do you have the client prepay?
Yes, they make their order. They've already paid their order through me. Correct. They still
Okay,
paid me. They
right,
paid me
okay.
directly, but then I
Mhm.
can go in there and do it.
Okay, that will work
Mm-hmm.
a little better. If there is enough difference between what it costs you to even order and have it shipped through Amazon,
Oh, it
because for
does.
an individual book may cost as much as $5 to ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if there's a big enough difference in the price to make it worth the time,
It's going to be
other
say for
options follow.
instance, yeah, Miss Anna, say for instance your book is $20, right? Say for instance your book, I'll just give an example. Say for instance my book sale is $20. If it goes through Amazon directly and the person goes to Amazon, I might get $4 or $5, right? And that person may get the book free shipping or maybe not. I don't know. If they order the book from me and it's $5 shipping and handling, and the book is, I don't know, say $4, that's only $9. That's only $9. And I still generate a profit of $11. So hopefully that makes sense, Miss Anna. The 10th thing, I told you I had 10 things, is promote your book and launch your book. Before you even think about hitting launch, you should have been started talking about your book. You should have been branding yourself and marketing your book. You should have long time ago started making your presence known. You should be sharing and have shared your story, your journey on social media, in a blog, your newsletter, your platforms, whatever. Talk about it. You should have already done this. Should have already been promoting. You can start promoting your book from the time you begin writing. And you haven't even finished writing, you could be promoting your book, letting people know who you are, letting people know what you're working on, letting people know when it's going to come, and then start offering it as a pre-order sale if you so choose. And then also plan a book launch. I did like Miss Anna's mentioning connecting with your local bookstores and things. I went to the mall one time and asked if, because I was self published, my book was not available on platforms that bookstore could order it. But the lady said to me, if you want to bring your books, I will allow you to set up connected outside our store to our in and exit and be able to talk about your book and sell your book and give us nothing for the book because it may generate traffic for us. And with that, they put me on the marquee that I was going to be there that weekend, that Saturday, and I was going to be there for 4 hours. And it worked out wonderful. It was in the month of December that I went, and I sold quite a few books that day. And so when people stopped at the table, they would look over into the bookstore and they would see something on sale, and then they'd go into the store. So I had that opportunity. I had that opportunity with another bookstore that it was in our area, and I set up inside their store. And I invited people in, and they invited people in, and I sold some things, and they got a percentage of it. So there are ways that you can negotiate without having that company, because they don't really want to purchase your book for a book sale unless you're somebody prominent. So if you already have your books and say maybe you spent $4 on a author copy, and then they tell you, they want 10 or 15% of your book sale, your book is priced well enough that if they get $1.50 off of, or $3 off of every book, you still are generating $10 off of every book. So kind of thinking about those type of things in advance is very important, because most of our books are not going to wind up being in bookstores. It's possible, but most of our books will not wind up being in bookstores. There are so many books out there. So plan your book launch, create a campaign, develop an event, because you want to generate buzz. You want to generate buzz, and buzz will hopefully bring sales, and understanding that people may not purchase what you have the first time they hear it. And we know that ourselves. Many times we say, oh, that looks interesting. And then we don't do anything with it. Then we hear about it again and we say, oh, I was going to, and we still didn't. And then one day we decide to what? Invest in it. Go ahead, Miss Anna.
I was going to mention a follow up to what you were saying. As you're listening to Dr. West and others who do this, come up with a plan. If you go to an independent bookstore, they want to know what's in it for them. And because few bookstores now are taking books on consignment anymore, if you can show them that your being on their property will benefit them because you can bring an audience in, then it's worth doing it. Some, however, will charge you if you use inside space. But if you can let them know that I have a book that I believe can sell, but I need a space to do it, sometimes they will let you use one of their conference rooms to sell your book. And usually the conference rooms are off to the side, which means your people have to walk through the bookstore to get to your space. So having a plan, showing them that your being there will benefit them, may be what will work in your area. But when you mentioned you did it in December, folks, I live in Michigan. You don't do anything outdoors in Michigan unless you're skiing or on a sled.
Oh no, Miss Anna, it was inside the mall, okay?
All right.
No, I'm outside their door in the mall, not outside the mall. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is good. I hope that the content shared with you the past couple of weeks and today on these steps to book writing are going to be beneficial to your process as you move forward. I would say an overall thought process from this three-part series is we have to learn how to weave our vision into reality. That's what this book writing is. Writing it, pulling it out, pulling the vision out, making it plain. So it's more than just about putting our words on a page. Writing is about transforming our thoughts, our passions, our ideas into something tangible, tangible creation that will impact others. Each step that we take, clarifying purpose to polishing the final draft, it brings us closer to fulfilling our mission. And the process teaches us discipline, patience in the process, and resilience. When we write, it challenges us to dig deep into our creative juices, as we say, to help to refine our voice and to embrace the art of storytelling or information sharing. And along the journey, we begin to discover the many rewards of working towards the final product. So, as we prepare to share with the world, remember our books have the potential to resonate with readers in so many ways. We can inspire them, inspire them. They may be inspired to take a new bold step. We may inspire them. We may offer comfort to them during a difficult time. We may bring understanding to a particular situation that they're going through. We may open new perspectives that they've never considered. So, us bringing our books is an accomplishment, and we should be celebrating it. We should trust that our efforts that we put in place are going to help us create ripples of impact far beyond what we can see today. I hope that we keep our hearts focused on our purpose for writing, our audience for writing, and the power of our unique voice in our writing. We have so much within us that we have to share with others. And I hope that we are never afraid to write our heart, that we are never intimidated to share our thoughts, because your voice, someone else needs it. Your voice, your words have power to change, power to heal. Words have power. Miss Anna talks about words all the time. Words, words, words. The power of our words. I hope you have enjoyed this session today. Minister Angela, did you have anything that you wanted to share?
This was a powerful session. I definitely learned a lot. It was very informative, especially learning the different way to sell the book in reference to, through your own platform, but yet doing the author copies through, the other mass marketing platform. That was very informative. So thank you so much for the wisdom. It's been great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, when it comes to writing, there is so much information out here. And sometimes you may even hear reiterative content, but that's how we learn. That's how it sticks in us. There's lots of information. I hope that when I come on, I can bring you something that will make you open up your intellectual juices, your bring some new fresh perspective of thought, or to expand your thought.
Definitely does, including, just the promoting of the book as well. That was something else that initially when I got my cover together, I did a little bit of promotion, but I haven't continued to do that. And I think I definitely need to continue to do that and do it in creative ways. And even like you said, even to keep my juices flowing, based on the feedback I get, even from the promotion. So I really do appreciate all that you're doing. It's definitely phenomenal.
And a lot of us, thank you, Minister Angela. A lot of us, like I said, we have our books through Amazon, through on KDP. We're going through, through that platform to get our content out to people or making it available. So we want to make sure. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's called Publisher Rocket. I would say go check it out. It is a platform that helps you research Amazon for books that are similar to yours. It helps you to target keywords in books that are similar to yours. It helps you to get a gauge on average sale prices of books that are similar to yours, and it shows you the difficulty and or ease of competition that is out here. So check it out. See if it's something that you are interested in, because the more we know, the more beneficial this process is going to be to us. You can see how a book is positioned in Kindle and what the keywords are helping its ranking. And you can see it for yourself, because that's going to, when you understand it and you understand it for yourself, it may make you then go back in and change some of your keywords to make sure that you move up in your ranking and not stay down. So just, and this is something you can go to KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. It has a kindlepreneur.com. You can go there and look at the Kindlepreneur Academy, whatever they want to call it, and you can get a wealth of information. But running a keyword search is very important. And if you have Publisher Rocket, you can do it in there.
That's awesome. That's awesome wisdom. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. So, again, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in this week. Remember, this is part 3 of our How to Start Writing a Book. And I hope you will go back in, listen, dig in. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me and let me know. You can reach me at jatnepublishing.org. That's JATNE publishing.org. Send me your questions. Join my email list so that you can know what's going on. Get reminders about the podcast every week. Also get reminders, hey, it's already done. Go check it out. If you are interested in being on my Publishing Pusher podcast, you are an author, a kingdompreneur, reach out to me. I would love to have you, as long as your content is clean, people. There are some things that I just cannot have on the show, but overall, those that have connected, it has worked out well. And again, I will say thank you so much. Have a fabulous week. And also, while you're on jetnapublishing.org, check out my bookstore and order a book or two. All right, everybody. I appreciate you, and I will catch you next time. And remember, I like to say, you are blessed to be a blessing. And if you serve King Jesus, then you are supposed to be the visible manifestation of his invisible presence. Bye-bye.